Ladies and gentlemen, hi, UK. The I know you can see everything there, but not in now.
How many years are there in a millennium?
Cut it out, cut it out, cut that out. Let me say hello to everyone. Hey guys, that was Ian Walls. Happy, well, Saturday. Happy 1st of May. Pinch Punch the 1st of the month to all of you. And thank you for joining us on the house party. We're having manic behind the scenes because somebody's phone called Chris Judge, who's a mate, who his phone's so old it keeps freezing. So I don't know where we're going to go with that. But today we're going to have, hopefully, Chris, we're going to have Graham Russell, we're going to have Chris Judge, we're going to talk to hopefully JM. I'll tell you who JM is. We've got the beautiful Amanda and Maxie and Maggie we're going to say a quick hello to. And Jack says he's done his poem, Long Last, but we'll all discard that. Say hello to everyone. Graham Russell, are you there, everybody?
Yeah. How you doing, everybody?
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, man.
How are we all?
Hello.
Hello, people. Stop. Ollie, Lynn, how are you? Right, go, everyone. There you go. So let me I'm laughing because we had such a time trying to talk to Chris Judge, and we might even have to talk to him first, in fact, just to get him out the way and just get the painfulness. So hello to people who's coming to say hello to us. We're also saying welcome to the Potters. We've gone live on the Potters page as well. So hello to everybody, and of course to the Brewers house party. We have some birthdays. And this is what I want to say, happy birthday to. We've got Darren Edmonds, Sharon Costello, Andrea Redmond, Jack Smith, and Stephen Hanson. But more importantly, we have got a young lady who's 18, who's Nancy Macara, and which we're going to bring on Johnny Mack. Johnny Mack, who wishes.
Oh, Nancy! Oh, hello.
Happy birthday, Nancy. This is Granddad, John, and this is Johnny Mack.
Happy birthday, Nancy. Can we sing to her, Mark?
Yeah, let's do it.
We sing to Nancy. Yeah. Go on and
yeah,
sing it.
Come on.
Happy birthday to you.
And everybody else.
Happy birthday to you.
Nancy.
Happy birthday, dear Nancy. Happy birthday to you.
Johnny, it's so... Johnny and your dad, of course, it's lovely to see you. And, of course, I sent a message out. Was you alive?
Well, I'm alive, Mark.
And you are.
For you, look.
Yeah, all right, mate. Wear the Tottenham.
Tottenham.
Val Foster. Cecile from France in Paris is saying hello to you.
Cecile.
Susan Guy, Cecile, Christine Sutcliffe.
Christine.
They say you're looking good, Johnny. And so what have you been up to, mate? What have you been? Why did we think that you just disappeared off the planet of Earth?
Well, normally I do, don't I? You know what I'm like. I don't know what I'm doing, really. I have to look after my dad, and he ain't got a clue what he's doing.
Oh, well, that's the point. But show us the phone. Show us the phone.
What, Mark?
Show everybody your phone.
On my phone?
This is how we try and communicate. And look, it's a gangster phone. No, you missed it there. Look, hold it there. I mean, who had phones like that? Oh. What's that, Tesco's?
It's a Tesco tearaway. What they call a burner where I come from, mate.
Of course it is. That's where you live.
Living.
A Nokia version 1. There we are. You've even put it up. So, Johnny, yeah, are you because you're missing your football, aren't you, mate?
Big time, mate. I'll tell you one thing, though, Mark.
Yeah. Go on.
I can actually now watch Tottenham Hotspur win the league. You know, because I can go back and watch any game I ever want to.
Yeah.
And Lexi. I can go and talk to anyone. Sorry, I can go and watch Spurs play anyone and beat everyone, and they win the title. Mark, can you believe that? But you can't.
No.
West Ham.
Yeah. I knew you'd be digging us out, Johnny.
Yeah, never beat anyone, do they?
Johnny, have you put weight on, mate? Because you're looking quite sort of an angle with that dog. That you're leaning in, your belly shoving over to that.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll sit up properly. How about that?
Yeah. So
my dad's showing it off as well. Look.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Brad Johnson saying, "Come on, you Gunners."
No, I don't think so.
Smith, thank you, Jan Eric. Thank you. So look, to you all, Johnny, I'm going to bring you back a little bit later because I want you to do a quiz.
All right, Mark.
For the sole reason, the fact that we were shocked with our how to be smarter than Amber Hardy and Claire Gibson. They were so bad. I'm going to throw in their questions, some of their questions, and see if you knew the answers because
you
haven't been watching anything. This is the first time you've been vanished, and this is the first time we've all seen you. So it's lovely to see you. I'm going to bring you back a little bit later, Johnny. Dad, give a big hug to your dad for us. There you are. Johnny Mac, of course, you were there just to say happy birthday to Nancy. We love you dearly. I'm going to move you on, John, bring you back. So, shall I try and get rid of Chris Judge? Because his phone, I mean, I want to talk to Graham Russell, but his phone's fine because he's a modern man. In case this goes wrong, let's talk to Chris. And why I'm going to talk to Chris. Hello, Chris. Can you speak to me? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We've been trying to get you speaking to us for the last, I don't know. Chris, just go, Chris. We'll come back with you eventually or not. Don't adjust your TV set. You won't believe, but this is like 45 minutes of trying to get Chris to finally speak. While we do that, his brother Colin and wife Lynn has got a normal phone. And so these are really old friends. Hello, guys.
Hiya.
Hi, Mark.
How easy was that, Colin and Lynn? How easy it was just to talk to you?
Yeah. Don't bother with Chris. It's fine.
No, I just can't believe it. Your son, Jimmy, celebrated his 40th birthday recently. And I wished him a happy birthday. I even contacted him to say happy 40th. And, of course, I've known Chris, originally Chris, I mean, we met the Judge's family because of Chris at youth club. Because the reason why I was trying to get you on was because we had Keith Alexander and Tina Steele asking me, what's your background? What did you do? What made you start in the business? And can you believe Chris, Colin, was one very, very much an influence on us as kids. And you wasn't really part of the youth club, was you, Colin?
No, but I was involved with the show that when you started, and we allowed you at the Methodist Church.
Yes, I know. I mean, this is what people don't know about me. I mean, I'm not a Methodist. I don't want to clear that up. I mean, I'm a C of A, but that's not the point. I'm quite happy for you to be Methodist. What I'm saying is that it was the nearest. Chris was the nearest. It was the nearest youth club to where we lived. So we joined the youth club, and of course we had a lot of fun in those days with Chris. Even formed a football team, and of course you've got a passion for football as well with Chris as well. You used to play football alongside them as young men, didn't you?
Absolutely, yeah.
And then Chris,
I think you played the odd game, didn't you, Mark?
What, mate?
You played the odd game as well, didn't you? Because there was, what was it, Greenfield or what?
I'd like to discuss that with Chris. Actually, I wanted to discuss it because it's an old fact that originally we were so into the football. Obviously, he was playing football with you and doing Wallingham and playing all sorts of places. Yeah. And I said, come to the youth club, have its own football team. And we came out as Wallingham Methodists, and we lost every game. Every game. I'm not saying that we were rubbish. It was the worst team. And, we weren't just getting beaten. Anyone that didn't score over 10 was a moral victory for our team. And that's how bad it was. And then Chris sort of said, you know what, Mark, there are a lot of great footballers around Wallingham. We just got to get them to come and play with us. So I went to school. And I talked to people like John Fuller, Nigel, all these people who were really great footballers in our school. And I sort of said, would you like to come and join our team? So I never, ever told them it was the Wallingham Methodists. I kept saying, we're a team, a rubbish team. I need the best players. Then I had the audacity to go on, where your mum and dad used to live, on the big Wallingham Green. Close to that where your mum and dad lived. There was every Sunday, all the lads from all the area used to play local football, just kick a ball. Yeah. And these were some really rough lads. I'm telling you, it was the Reeds. I don't even remember the John Reed, the Albert
Reed, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they were tough lads and all that, and they all played football. I was a skinny kid, and I went in with Des Butley, and we used to play football with them. So I then tried to say, will you come and play football for our team and make our team a good Sunday league team? So I know I'm talking, it should be you talking, but lo and behold, they all came, and we had this one big meet with Chris. And then we told them the truth. Our name was Wallingham Methodist, and they were all ready to depart and walk out. I mean, these were council kids like myself, but we were all going. They were going, no. I said, no, we're going to change the name. We will change the name, and we promised to change the name. So we all sat there, all chatting away, and we came up with, as you said, Greenfield Athletic.
Yeah.
We met at Wallingham Green. Well, I have to say that team was fantastic. I mean, we won every game. But the whole point, what I'm bringing up is, did you know they never let me play? And you're right. Colin, I only played one game at the whole season, and that was substitution. And that was my point. I was so bad at football. I put the whole team together, nicked them from all places, that we started winning the league. We won the league, got promotion, but in 2 seasons, they never let me play.
But we were very grateful.
And then, of course, the other point of view, the one thing where we met you, of course, Colin, was the stages.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you a picture. I'm going to show you a picture now. Ronnie's going to show you this, and you might not recognize. I'm going to hopefully able to see this. This is my sister and I. And this, can you see this picture?
Yeah.
Teresa and I.
Right.
See it? There you go. That's it. Now, that was the very first show we did. With the Stagers. And I think it was all about Wallingham Green, wasn't it? I think the pianist wrote the show, didn't he? The musical.
Yeah, Mike Thompson.
Yeah, and that was that was in the newspaper, the front of the newspaper, the local newspaper, of how happy it was, and that was my very first introduction to Amdram, if that's the word that we can use.
Mark?
Yes, Linny.
I think you were 12. You were about 12 at the time, weren't you?
Yeah, and yeah, I've put 12. Possibly my sister was 13. She's 11 months older. So then, and we had shows at the Wallingham Village Hall, didn't we? The Wallingham Village Hall.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Kumbaya?
How could I forget it?
The longest song in history. I mean, if anyone said sing Kumbaya, we were singing it for about 10 minutes. It was the longest song. And then as we're singing it, it was almost like the scenery couldn't put up with no more. Kumbaya. I don't think we were doing it in harmony either. And suddenly the scenery fell down as well, which lightened the whole chill. It brought the whole room up and a happy room that we were being collapsed by this scenery that was that collapsed on us. But and then of course, what shows were you in? What did you do? The Spanish show with Chris? I don't know. Robinson Crusoe. What did you do?
Robinson Crusoe. Yeah. You were swinging in that, weren't you?
Oh, well, that was my last performance for your.
Yeah, well, you got banned after that.
I got banned. And who was the bosses? Was it Paul and
Paul Camp?
Paul Camp and his wife,
Melanie.
Yeah. Well, it's exactly right. They made a mistake of letting me be Man Friday and gave me a rope. And during the show, I'm not supposed to appear on the island, but because they gave me a rope, they couldn't believe that during the performance, it was like in the harbour or in the at the village or whatever, and people sat in the boat. I was swinging past all the time on this rope, causing complete havoc. And I remember being sat down by Paul Camp saying, "Look, you can't do this. Stop! You're ruining the flow." I mean, it's that image of the fact that there's me all dressed up in black, which of course wouldn't be PC today, would it? But
no.
And so that was my last show, because I took the notice and kept ruining the show, and he said, "That's the last one you're ever doing for me." In fact, I just can't believe it. But so, did you know? And this is what I wanted to talk to Chris about. He took us to Bracklesham Bay.
Yeah.
We went on a Pontins holiday when we were, young. He took us in his Ford Anglia. Could you remember those days?
Yeah.
When he had a Ford Anglia. That's how long ago it was. Drove all the way to Bracklesham Bay. I think I went with Teresa. Who else? Desmond, myself, Trudy Latilla. We all went, had a week's holiday with Chris. And was it that time? He wasn't with Jean at the time, was he? Would have been awkward to talk about there, but he was with Tina, wasn't he?
Don't know.
Or Barbara. Was he with Barbara? Barbara Hayworth?
Yes, it was Barbara. Yeah, it was with Barbara. Anyway, that was the point. And I'd taken me to Bracklesham Bay. That's when I went, oh, I love this blue coat thing. I can't believe how fun they're going to have. And if it wasn't for Chris taking us to Bracklesham Bay, because my mum and dad would never took us, we would never have gone to things. It made my decision to be a blue coat.
Oh,
sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's why I wanted to thank Chris, which of course I would have done. So hopefully you two can relay that message that I'm thankful.
Pass that on.
Yeah.
I think he knows that bit anyway, Mark. He's often
he knows yeah. And of course, Teresa went with us as well to Pontins, and we went to Brean Sands. Anyway, I wanted to talk to Chris about, he never stopped entertaining, really. He went to, is it Framfield, and started doing pantomimes every year.
Yeah.
You were going to come this year, weren't you? Didn't make it.
No, but it was half term though, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was at half term. I was going to come on the day off, but and now the world's shut.
Yep.
Are you two? Are you sort of like locked down together, or?
We are. Yes.
We are. Yeah.
We are.
You've probably retired though, haven't you?
Yeah, kind of. Well,
yeah, do bits and pieces, but it doesn't, it doesn't affect me work-wise too much. But we're in lockdown.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking the fact that because you're quite old, Colin. We know you're quite old, and but changing the subject, you've been to Potters, haven't you? Sometimes come and see me work with Chris and the family.
Absolutely.
We're coming again next year. Jimmy wants to come next year, and his family, so we're all coming together.
That'd be great, Lynn. That'd be great. Colin, what did you do? I always knew Chris was a printer in his old, through his work.
Yeah, I've just got a small building company.
Yeah. Is that it then?
Yeah.
That's not much to talk about, really. Then I won't.
No. Well, we're not doing much either at the moment.
I bet you're not, mate. I bet you're not. But I have to say, the judges were a fabulous family. They were a bit of a community. What I felt like, in Wallingham where we lived, they were lovely, genuine. We had so much fun with them over the years. So I'm going to say thank you on behalf of Chris and you and Lynn and all the family. And of course, with your mum and dad, we used to go around the house. It's Chris. Look, Chris is back.
He's back. You can
Chris, I was trying to say, we can hear you, Chris, but now you in a cave now? Where are you?
Switch the lights on, Chris.
Why
a storm.
Chris,
We've got a storm.
Yeah,
well, I'll tell you what, we've got hailstones, snow, everything.
Well,
a massive storm going on. Turn the light
Chris,
off a bit.
I'm gutted not to be able to.
There you go. We're here.
Well, no, it's too late. I'm fed up now. I've talked to your brother.
I know. We're
So what I'm saying is go and talk to your brother. The judges, I'm going to say goodbye to you. Thanks for joining me. And
thank you, Mark. Take care.
Be safe out there. So, can I say happy birthday to our friend Fern Stockings? She's one of my biggest fans, Michelle. Of course, well, Fern, happy birthday to one of those. So let's find out. Oh, it's Jack and James. James, you're not going to solve the one, are you?
Jack, what are you doing on it? It was my spot. I'm your biggest fan. What? Oh, forget it. I'm not coming. Oh, forget it. You've used me.
Yeah, see, he sulks when you come on, Jack.
He does, doesn't he?
Why are you talking like that, Jack? Can you hear yourself? It's going, I know.
Is it going weird? Let me change it 1 second. Let me move.
You change it.
Oh my God.
You're a robot. In fact, if you're going to talk like that, I'd rather talk to James. Are you talking? Has it made any difference?
Oh, does that work better?
Oh,
Yeah, that's worked.
I'll move. Yeah, I'll change that. I'll sort that out for next time.
Yeah, okay. So, Jack, can I just bring up
Yes.
that the last time we spoke, and someone saying, look, Linda Gibson, very sexy voice, Jack. Yeah, of course they were there because you're the young, the dolly, you had some tits. Now, let me just get back to the fact that I asked you, that could you go round your mum's farm and get me some sausages? And then lo and behold, I have a knock on the door, and there on my doorstep was some sausages.
Yes.
So it's unbelievable. So I want you to thank your mum. James, you've never done that. Delivered sausages, sweets.
I'm sorry, Mark. Whatever he's delivering, I'll double the shopping order.
Okay, go, James. I don't want to talk to you because you've let me down. So with that in mind, and then I said to you, what about a poem? Now, I have to say, yesterday, Jeff the poet, did a poem with some words, and it took him 25 minutes, and he came back. And
yeah.
Now, I like to point out, we're talking now a week, and now you've made an appearance because have you got your poem?
I have. I'm going to be honest with you. I completely forgot about the poem until I was on the way to see you in the car, and I pulled over in a lay-by and wrote this poem out.
Well,
which I gave you a copy, didn't I?
No, because I couldn't read your writing because
okay.
It's nothing like. So I'm quite excited to hear your poem. And if it's rubbish, Jack, you're just giving fuel for James R. Hearn.
Oh, okay. Well, so long as it's better than James's poem.
No,
here we go then.
You ain't got one, but let's just wait a minute.
Oh, hang on.
Pictures coming in. Is it?
No. It's gone again.
He's trying to get on. He's so desperate to get in. Right, let's see your poem. Let's do it.
Right, so this is the one I left on your doorstep.
Yeah, go on then.
Mark, you asked if a poem I could write. I thought long and hard. It kept me up all night. I'm not good at poems, not one bit. Many have read my previous ones and said they're really... I'll change the word. Yeah.
I don't know what the word.
Yeah. But I'll write you a short note and leave it by the door. I've also left a parcel full of sausages on the floor. Hopefully you enjoy the bangers and that they keep you fed. You've got 2 packs, so share them with the fairies who helped you build your shed. We are all struggling with lockdown each and every day. I'm really rather restless, a sentence you wouldn't want Mark Brewer to try and say.
No, thanks for putting the R's in.
Mark, your house parties have been entertaining. It's great to see old friends. Even James R. Hearn's been doing live videos, but when he talks, he never bloody ends.
Is that the end?
No, nearly there. Right. You've got to look at the positives. For the most, we've had nice weather. And all this charitable stuff has certainly brought everyone together. This whole experience has been full of highs and lows, but we better get back soon before Johnny Mac forgets all the shows. Well, I guess I better stop now. As I said, I'd keep it short, but I'll see you when we're back on that stage back at Potter's Resort.
Ta-da! Tracy Arnold quickly said, fantastic poem. Linda Gibson James, can you write poems? Well, what's she saying that? What have she just done? Well, I don't know. James, can you write poems? That's what she's saying. James, not Jack. Jack, I hopefully, I don't know what James's attitude is about that. It was a fantastic effort, I would say. I mean, some of it didn't quite get it together. But
it didn't quite work, no.
I'm happy for you. People are fine. Even Ethan, Jennifer Money, all saying, Dawn, love it. Linda Hill, great poem. Derek, hey, Jack. Christine, well done, Jack. All these messages are coming up. And it just shows you, if only you had done it the next day, I might have been impressed.
Yes, if only a bit quicker.
This is a whole week it's gone by, and suddenly you're giving it. So that's my point. That's what I'm saying. So from me to you. Oh no! Wait a minute.
He's back.
James.
Mark,
Yeah.
my best friend.
Yes.
It took Jack a whole week to come up with that, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
I've done something in what, 7 minutes?
So,
yes.
I've heard what you can do in 7 minutes.
I tell everybody in Potters now to close their ears. Just it's dangerous to ask James to go live. Keep it clean, James.
No, it's very clean, Mark. But obviously, you know, I've written it. It's taken 7 minutes, so it's not going to be as good as Jack's. But I feel it's quite, you know, quite current.
Okay, say it, James.
There was a guy called Jack who thought he'd give poems a crack, but the words didn't rhyme. It was all out of time, and I think Potter should give him the sack. Bye now. That's the John Potter. Bye.
There you go. See, you're embarrassed now, aren't you?
No, I thought it was more of a limerick than a poem, wasn't it?
Well, you are too clever. You are too clever. It is a limerick, but think of who made that limerick up. It is James Hearn, and possibly he probably would have had help from Jeff the Poet, if I don't know. Look, everyone's sending applause. It's lovely to talk to you, Jack. Come
Nice
back.
to see you too.
We'll have a lovely chat and talk about what we're going to be catching up on May the 8th, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Over the Rainbow, charity for NARS and NHS. Am I right? Did I say that right?
Yes, yeah, I think so. Somewhere along the lines. Yeah, it's going to be a great day, isn't it? It's full of
12 hours.
All sorts. 12 hours.
10
amazing.
10. So we'll look forward to seeing you back. Jack, you look quite handsome there, mate.
Thank you very much.
There's my daughter there.
Jack, can you stop trying to pair me up with people?
I'm just saying you could dump your missus, and I'm just trying to.
I'm sorry, Jack. Just ignore him.
She's apologising. Jack, no makeup alert.
Yeah,
she's got it. Jack, thanks for coming on, mate.
See you later, Mark. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Say bye, everyone. I am looking forward to meeting one of my oldest pals from school, who actually is a musician. He's actually first trumpet in the old days for a long time at Starlight Express in the West End. That was his gig. And then he did other big gigs. He's played for big bands. He loves his jazz. He's played for, I can't even say the word, Jamiroquai, Shirley Bassey. I'm going to ask him to talk about it. And, of course, he joined me as a blue coat at Brean Sands for a little season. So this is Gray Russell, everyone. Hi, Gray.
Hello. And if you can see that very carefully,
yes,
that's Mark and me back in 1973.
It is, mate. It is. Was it 73? Oh, blimey. How old are we, Gray?
You said come down. Was it Brean Sands? Was it?
Yeah, it was Brean Sands. Yeah.
Brean Sands. Come down and be a blue coat, Brean Sands, and you can get a chance to play your trumpet with the band. I thought, oh, great. Yeah. What I didn't know was we'd do 12 hours a day for 6 or 7 days a week, dancing with punters. The first thing you got me to do was to wear an Indian headdress and run around the whole camp being chased by 1,000 kids and climb up a big ladder over the coldest pool in the world and jump in. I thought this is not where my showbiz career wants to go. I want to play the trumpet. So the next thing you said, don't worry, I'll get you a much warmer one. You said, come to me. We're having a wrestling match with giant haystacks and some other bloke.
Yes, it was.
And you're going to be the referee. What did they do to me, Mark? They tied me in a knot. Do you remember they tied me in a knot and threw me about like a ping pong ball?
I know.
But I did get to play with a band on Fridays and Saturdays, which was quite good.
I know, but it's an experience, and I don't believe that. I believe the other thing. I believe everyone should actually have a go at Portland one day, or be a blue coat, or be an entertainer, because
you have to do so many different things, don't you? You have to try things out. I mean, you got me calling bingo, but I nearly caused a riot because I lost a ping pong ball.
Yeah.
And then you said, oh, you've got a mini car with a sunroof. Do you remember that car with the sunroof?
Yeah.
You said the noddy train, which was a tractor dressed up as a noddy train, is going around the camp, and it has to go over speed bumps and slow down. And we got all these fairy liquid bottles, you remember, filled up with water. I think that's where the water thing started. And we started squirting them because they couldn't go fast over the speed bumps. We just squirted them to pieces out the sunroof.
I have to say, we had lots of incredible fun, and it's almost unbelievable what we got up to. Now that's our school. This is what I love about you, Graham. You haul things.
Oh, I love other things. Yeah,
because
this whole house is full of antiques, including me.
Wasn't that Blue Peter badge you had there?
That was we 3 times singing on Blue Peter at Christmas with the choir from school.
You know, I never did that. I used to be in the choir. I don't know why I never did it.
Well, you could sing.
I was banned. I think I was banned at school. I was always in trouble.
You used to have to run around the shower to get wet, didn't you?
I was very skinny. Yeah, I remember those days. But I mean, Ian Statter used to have that as well. He used to do all stuff.
Yeah, we went on the second time we went on. We were looking all cool with the like jackets. We were supposed to be wearing woolly hats and scarves. We were looking all cool. We decided to get behind Peter Purvis, Valerie Singleton, and what was the other one? John. What was the other guy? Who was the other Blue Peter presenter? Oh, the one with Petra, down Petra, and all that.
Yeah, Johnny. Yeah.
Anyway, we got behind them, and we're standing there, and there's a Christmas tree next to Ian Statter, and he had a lantern with a candle in it. And he stuck it in the tree by mistake and set fire to the tree. So I went to point to this tree. The tree is on fire, and knocked off the snowman's polystyrene head. It was all on a thing called a Betamax or 1000 Beta V8. It wasn't VHS in those days. It's hilarious. All behind the 3 presenters. All this is chaos going on.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
I got a Blue Peter badge because I forced Peter Purvis into a corner. And I said, I haven't got a badge. I want a badge. And I took his off him. I had to mug him to get it.
I know. Graham, over the years, I mean, crikey, we've kept in touch. And, of course, it's really difficult. Don't you know how difficult it is to keep in touch with your old schoolmates, and we all go different angles, different ways. And
the first time we sang together what was the song we sang? Was it that one?
It was When I Need You.
Yeah. The very same sheet music.
You used to play. It used to have a fabulous house, and one of these like your mum, she comes to Podders. I don't know if people know how.
Yes, twice a year to bowl. Yeah.
And how old's your mum?
She's 90. She's won it last 3 years in a row.
Oh,
the competition this does.
But she is one of those real sweeties. And
I used to have parties every other weekend. They'd have parties. My dad playing the piano, band, drums, bass, all sorts going on around there. So I couldn't really avoid not getting into the music business.
And then, of course, your passion was trumpet.
Yeah, I like the trumpet.
And where did you train then for your trumpet? I didn't know, because when you all leave schools, I went to like Pontins, and you went. Where did you train then?
Oh, well, I had to go down the bottom of the garden. Nobody liked it. So I actually got into Royal College of Music when I was 14. Yeah. So I got into the college there, and then did 4 years as a junior. Then went to a London College of Music full time. And then I was very lucky because when I left there, do you remember the magazine Melody Maker? Yeah,
of course.
Well, everyone got their jobs out of Melody Maker in the back of it. All the jobs were advertised. Yeah. And I got my first job as I left college. The bloke came and interviewed me at college, and I got my first job in a cruise in the Bahamas. I couldn't believe it. 21.
I know. And then how about
You came out. I couldn't get away from you.
You nearly killed me in Nassau when he said, "Yeah, we'll get scooters," and I'm not anyone like I can't
get skis. Yeah.
Nearly killed me. You bless him. But I did meet Gwendoline.
Oh.
Do you remember Gwendoline?
Oh yeah, Gwen, the dancer.
Gwendoline the dancer. I did another love I had in my time. But of course, I thought in those days you was going out with her.
Well, I couldn't get rid of her quick enough. Thanks for helping.
It happens.
You did me a favour, mate.
I know. I didn't get that.
It was an expensive flight, I know, but it was worth it.
It just goes over how much we've done together. Now, tell us, how did you get the Starlight Express job?
Well, I got a job. I came back from ships. I got a job on the QE2 for a year, which was very, very lucky. That's where I met my wife. I was still together 40 years, whatever later. And I met her on there. And then I left there. What am I going to do? I don't know what to do. So I started doing some fill-ins at Pontin's band, sort of like Depths and stuff.
Yeah.
And so that took me back a bit. I thought, and then someone said to me, would you like to work with Fiddler on Top Hole and Fiddler on the Roof at the Apollo in Victoria? So I said, great, yeah, that'd be lovely. And I did a year there. And of course, if you're in the theatre, you hear about the next show coming in. And the next one was Starlight Express. And so I bumped into that quite happily. So I was quite lucky there.
And that was for how many years?
Well, I did 2 years and then I left it because I wanted to do some freelancing. I did some other shows with Adam Faith in Budgie and Anita Dobson. And then I did Winnie with Robert Hardy. And I did National Theatre with Imelda Staunton with Guys and Dolls. Enjoyed that. And then a job came up again at Starlight because the lead trumpet went. So I joined it again and did the last 12 years. And it went total run of 18 years. And meantime, I was doing Bassie for 13 years and any other bits that came along.
And
very lucky.
Because was I not wrong? You did German choir. I can't say the name.
Well, I was the oldest by a long shot. But you can imagine, they just come straight out of Borstal.
Yeah.
and I was on this ridiculous money, fantastic money, and they were getting 30 quid a gig. And they had #1 in 6 countries all over the world with Emergency on Planet Earth. Yeah. So I got this gig, and this guy said to me, he said, no, when you go in there, he said, whatever you do, don't tell JK that you used to back his mother. His mother was a singer. Oh, so really, he said, and also don't tuck your t-shirt in, pull it out and let it hang out. So I take the t-shirt out. So I got fed up halfway through this tour of Europe. He got on my nerves too much. He was just a bit of a pain, to be honest with you. He kept us waiting. So he got on the bus. I put his hat on my head. I got him over my knee, and I pulled his trousers down and started smacking him like a little kid. I said, I used to back your mother. And that's how I had him noticing.
Yes, it happens. It happens. But so it's treated you very well. I mean, to have a great life that you've had playing a trumpet.
But not one tune that we played at Pontin's did I ever have used to play outside there again. I don't know why. I've never used them again, except for this one. I've had this one once.
Come on, come on.
You remember that one? That's the only one I've ever played. I did a cabaret for Lenny Henry when he was first starting out, and he just met Dawn French, and it was lovely because they were quite new to the business as well. So we went out for an Italian, which Dawn paid for, I might add. It's very kind of her. And we got there. I didn't know what to expect, and it was Little and Large were on the same bill at Winter Gardens in Bournemouth. So I get on stage, and their first act was this old uncle, and he used to come on, and he was drunk, always drunk. And he had sort of mess of last night's dinner all down his shirt and tie and everything. And he'd come on and he picked 4 or 5 kids from the audience, right? So he picked them all out, and he was a balloon artist. He made things out of balloons, giraffes and poodles, you know. And we had to play da-dum, 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 around and around, doing that around and around. And he's going, and what's your name, little girl? And said, Cynthia. So, oh, that's very nice. And what's your name? And where's your mum? And 3 out of the 4 kids all came from the same mother. So he got into his pocket, he pulled out this absolutely massive balloon, big blood. She said, your mum needs that more than I do. So Lenny Henry comes on. This will give you an idea of the year when E.T. came out in 1977, I think. He came on stage, Lenny Henry, a very fresh young Lenny Henry, and went, do you know why E.T. comes and says, ouch? He says his legs are so short, his meat 2 veg are dragging on the floor. I don't want the kids, all the mums are like that with the kids' ears. That wasn't too rude, was it? That wasn't too rude.
No, not at all. Graham, I'm going to say thank you. Hey, how fun has this been? The reflection, we forget how far we go back. You came up to celebrate my 40th birthday, and that's when we saw all the boys from school, didn't we? With
yes.
Paul and
I remember the Methodist church too. And I'm a C of E.
Yeah, I don't know how we did. That's what we were like. Graham, you've been a lot of fun. Really interesting as always.
It's been great. Thanks for inviting me.
When this is all over, we must have a game of golf, because apparently we can play golf nowadays.
I've got to send it to you. I've got you a trumpet. You've never learnt a trumpet. I wanted to teach you a trumpet. So I've got you a trumpet. It's a special one for you. It's got a little face. Especially for you, Mark. All right, I'll post it up to you.
I can't wait to get it, Graham. Lots of love. Give me a love to Kathy, of course. Give me a love
Well
to
done.
Kathy. Take
Cheers,
care.
everybody. Cheers, out. See ya.
Everyone. Wow, that was funny. I had a lot of fun listening to that. So we're almost near the end, everybody, and we're going to bring Johnny Mack back. Johnny Mack and his dad. I know, hopefully, he hasn't disappeared. It doesn't look like, yes, Johnny Mack.
Yeah, look, we're here.
Is your dad sleep? Is he alive, your dad? Dad looks like
he was just singing Good Night Campers.
Good night, campers.
That's exactly right. And
Good night,
campers. See you in the morning. Good night, campers.
Oh.
The day of dawning.
Yeah, I didn't think he'd get through it. I didn't think
he won't get through it, Mark. He's got no chance of getting through it.
No, it's lovely seeing you and your dad together.
The boys that done that poem. Look,
what?
Jack wrote a poem after a week. Then James came on and gave it a little tweak. Jack, I can remember doing all the shows, but you're right, I can't remember how the bloody hell they go. James, you're just a cheap paper gangster, mate, and all you really did was make my dad even more irate. Love you both, really. And even though I'm short, when I return to Potters, I remember all I was taught. Thank you.
Oh my God.
And you did that just now, Johnny, haven't you?
Just now.
Well, it's just... I'm just thinking all the Potters people go, what? What's happening there?
I didn't even understand it myself, but there you go. Never mind.
Johnny, hey, Johnny, your family's been coming to Potters for how many years? I mean, you must be what?
Well,
with Mum and Dad?
Mum and Dad, we dug up the photos the other day. Obviously, after Mum had died and that, we got all the photos all out together and that. And Dad gets them out to everyone that always comes around anyway.
Yeah.
We've been coming since I've been like a little baby. That was the first year I come, was actually when I was first born. And we used to go like every year.
Yeah, and you used to come with a huge gang of people, didn't you? I mean,
there used to be there used to be 90 of us come from the one.
Yeah, I remember him, Joe. I remember him, mate.
Yeah, you remember? No, Dad, look, Mark. Hold on, I just got to tell you this. He's watching you on YouTube on the telly.
Oh,
and you're like 3 minutes behind now. Look, you see where his eyes are.
Oh no, bless him.
Honestly, it's just funny.
He's having a chat. As having a chat. Now, Johnny,
yeah.
let me tell you what happened.
Yeah,
we've been doing How Smart Can You Be? We had more fun. In fact, we turned the whole thing round because Amber Hardy was so bad. We ended up calling Can You Be Smarter Than Amber Hardy? And lo and behold, everybody was, until Claire Gibson came along and she proved it that she only got two out of 10.
Can I just, who chose them two anyway?
No, people. I mean, Amber Hardy asked to come on, but she volunteered.
Amber asked to come on a quiz.
Yes, and to be honest, so did Claire Gibson. So we've had a lot of fun. Jacko's been on it, Jeff's been on it, Colin Reynolds came on it, Invisible. So anyway, we thought just to prove a point that obviously this is the first time we've managed to catch up, and you've not actually watched any of this.
No,
we thought we'd throw in the Amber Hardys, Chloe and Claire's questions, 10 of them. See how well you got on. Okay. So there's a mixture, and if your dad knows the answer, always ends up talking to the YouTube picture in a minute.
He's still looking at it now.
I can see it. So Sky will give you the question. There's Sky. She's obviously got the makeup.
Hello.
Hi Sky, how are you?
Roddy.
Yeah, there's Roddy. Yeah,
Roddy.
Yeah, Roddy's Johnny.
Roddy, can't fancy a drink, Rod?
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, not a good influence, mate. You're not a good influence. Right. It's how quickly you can do it. Jeff, the poet, has done 8 out of 10 in 45 seconds. So he's leading. Colin Reynolds did it, but a bit longer. So here we go. This is it. We'll start the buzzer. You got starting the clock. Go, Sky Pie.
What was the first name of Spanish artist Starlight?
West Ham.
Yeah.
Mont Blanc is the highest mountain in which European mountain range?
The Bowling Ground.
Johnny, this is proper question.
How many days are... who's wrote this question? Are in a leap year in February? You haven't even wrote
29.
How many days are in February in a
I said it's 29.
Oh, I didn't hear him. Which large animal name has come from a great... Who has wrote these questions?
It doesn't matter.
Pause it.
You don't have to pause it. We just want him to have the questions.
Well,
She's
you
panicking.
didn't even write it.
Well, you should have looked at them.
I've lost this already, haven't I?
No, you're still doing well, Johnny.
Which large animal name has come from Greek name river horse?
Hippopotamus.
Yes.
Yes.
Not including jokers, how many cards are there in a deck of cards?
52.
Yes, come on, Johnny.
What is the name of Harry Potter's pet owl?
Oh, I ain't got a clue.
No.
What is the name of the mammoth in the film Ice Age?
I don't watch it, Sky.
Which mode of transport has parts called an envelope, burner, and basket?
A what? Which part of transport?
Which mode of transport has parts called an envelope, burner, and basket?
A bike?
Hollywood is the suburb of which city?
Los Angeles.
Yes. What was a female swan called?
Oh, no, Cygnet's a kid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Swan.
Yeah, a female swan.
Yeah, there's 3 male, Johnny.
All right. Now I ain't got a clue.
Okay, we'll stop that.
We'll stop it. Anyway,
we need to take
because we were chatting away
20
and
seconds off.
talking about the writing, because we was writing it down, because we was mixing the questions up. John, how many did you get right? Let's have a look.
I don't know how many.
We get more than
4.
4. No, well, Rory says you only got 4. And we're just making sure. Yes, Christine Sutcliffe. They were Amber Hardy's and Claire Gibson's questions mixed.
Yeah, can I just say, Christine, Mark, you only just you did 10 minutes explaining exactly what they've been said before.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
And Linda Gibson said, can you believe when you said West Ham, it's exactly what Claire Gibson said.
Well, I thought it was going to be West Ham.
And again, for the bike, when you said bike, it's exactly what Claire said. Isn't it weird how you've got the same brain as Claire Gibson?
Yeah, well, I drink exactly like her, Mark.
Oh, I know.
Well, whoever wrote these questions are worse than everyone because they don't make sense.
My wife, they look like my daughter's there moaning.
Oh, David said, that's good. Thank you for that, David. Oh, Amber.
Well done, Johnny. See, so these are all the guests popping up. So, Johnny, don't forget, we are going to have a chat. We're going to see you on the 8th. I can't think. I'm not thinking.
Yeah, next Friday.
VE Day.
Well, now you show me how to do this.
Yeah.
And it's been entertaining, Mark. It's been funny.
All your
old mates as well. And how you started.
I know. Tell me about
it. You said you started. It was wonderful.
Yeah. Listen, get your dad to sing along to some songs.
Yeah.
For VE Day, and of course we're raising some money for NARS and NHS. Johnny, it's lovely to see you alive with your dad, who doesn't look like.
He's still watching you on YouTube, by the way. I can't get his eyes off it. Look.
Yeah. Well, it's better watching on the big TV. I get it. So, look, we are saying thank you. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk to Dan Looney. Do you know who I mean by Dan Looney?
Yeah, Dan Looney. Yeah.
The Looney family that comes to politics. Dan now is a show promoter. He's got some great shows out there, like The Wedding Singer.
They were some of our last guests, weren't they?
Fame, Curtains, and of course, what a life there. I mean, we don't know what his future is, but we're going to talk to Dan. He was a great guy. Also, I'm going to talk to my best mate, not you, Johnny, because all your best mates die. I'm not your best mate. I'm going to be talking to Neil Davey tomorrow.
By the way, Gina phoned me yesterday.
Who did?
Gina Collins.
Oh, right. Oh, well, good. Could just give a love to him.
And he did. He said to say hello to you.
Oh, well, that's good. Give my love to Ginger. He always took the mickey about my R's, didn't he? So,
big time.
My daughter thought you said Gemma Collins. She was jumping up and down there.
You wouldn't be able to get her on the screen, mate.
Yeah, I know. Listen, to all our Potters guests, thank you for coming to listen today. And we'd like to say thank you to everybody who's joined me. And Caroline Banks and this is the people. Look, guess what, everyone? Look, Max and Amanda. Now, listen.
Hello, Mark.
Max sent me a video. So I'm going to show everybody his little video. I'm happy for everybody else who children to send us some videos. And Maggie sent me a joke. I'm not sure what the joke was, though. But Mike, I'm going to see if we can see the video of Max. Okay, so Johnny, we'll say goodbye to you. Everyone.
Above the wheels on high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Bye.
That's right, Max.
So he's gone, Mark. You've lost him.
I know. We didn't. We knew we couldn't get his dragon just to sing me "Twinkle Twinkle," one of my favourite songs. Yeah. When was you last with us? Was it New Year?
No, we was here. Jan, who you spoke to, my mother-in-law, she was with you New Year. I was there last Easter.
Oh wow!
Oh, sorry. Very important things here. We found a squirrel in the garden, so
Mummy, it's gone down the
they've been distracted.
Maggie, I don't care about your squirrel at this moment, Maggie.
Mark don't care about your squirrel.
I can't see it. I can't see it, Maggie. Maggie,
how are you, Mark?
Yeah, lovely to see you, Amanda. Lovely to see you. You was really thrilled that Max was getting up on stage, weren't you, and doing stuff.
Oh, it melted my heart last year. It really did.
Yeah. And you did tell me that Max down there has...
there you go.
And you're going to talk to me about Max. How hard has it been looking after Max? And is it as easy or demanding?
Well, we're halfway through homeschooling and halfway in an asylum at the minute. So it's been an interesting 6 weeks. But we're getting there slowly.
I know. And your family have been coming for so many years as well. I mean, your mum...
26 years this year.
It's scary. And you just didn't want to do the quiz. So that's why
I'm too thick.
Yeah, that's why we Johnny. I don't believe that. You can't be thicker than Claire Gibson, for surely. So what is your plans now then? I mean, do you work, Amanda?
I do, yeah. I've got a shed like you, Mark, but it's a bit posher, I'd say. I do hair and nails from home. So my business is shut down now. So we're week 7 of no work.
Oh no!
But so we've been homeschooling and decorating.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, have you been gardening like me? Because I do a bit of gardening. I'm not very good at it.
I'm not much of a gardener. I'm not going to lie, Mark.
No, I'm not.
I did plant some vegetables the other day. They're not dead yet.
No,
so that's good.
I've never even thought of trying that. I know. Max, are you right, Max?
He's got a monkey apparently.
I got a wow.
And she's got a wow.
Wow. Yeah. Jeff Watson has just come up. Amanda, could you do my hair? Because my wife cut it and made me look like a monk for about...
And I get chocolate.
I think it suits you, Mark, to be fair.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. Appreciate you trying
you're always... Can I just say thank you so much for keeping us entertained every day? Because it's been lovely, because we really missed... Easter just wasn't the same for us this year, not going to Potters. So it's been lovely to see everyone on here.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Amanda. And well, let's hope we get back as soon as we can.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, and was you planning to come and see me at Southend Pavilion? Because for those
we've got tickets. Yep, we've got tickets.
Some of the Potters guests might be totally unaware that we booked the Cliffs Pavilion for everything got. And the other point was it was filled within 4 days. It was full up. People had bought all the tickets. And
I was online at 10 o'clock.
Well, I'd like to say, well, we're hoping to do it now, October the 3rd. We can cross the fingers that date stays with us. We're going to hope we can get back to Potters by summer. And it's so sweet of you to say that. And it's lovely to talk to you. I'm looking at the time. I've been told I should be finished by now.
I know. You've got to go. It's all right.
I talked to you, and I'm glad we squeezed you in. I do apologise for keeping you late.
No, it's all right. It's lovely to see you.
Like, Maggie
enjoyed it.
She's really enjoying that chocolate that I would have enjoyed.
I bribed her.
I love it. Linda Gibson, we love you, Brewers. Peter Tobbett's come on, one of our promoters. A great show, Mark. Thank you so much. Amanda, give a big hug to the kids. They're going
Take care, Mark. Pom, pom, pom.
Lovely to see you. And to everybody who joined us for House Party. I nearly forgot them. So I do apologise. There we are. We've squeezed everybody in. Tomorrow, as I said, we've got Neil Davey and Dan Looney. I'm all trying to get Dale on as well. Dale Bollimore, who's a great vocalist as well. Keep out for this time next week. Obviously, we are going to be doing 10 o'clock in the morning all the way to 10 p.m. with Over the Rainbow Festival for charity. So come and join us for that. And I'm going to try and get Tony Cotty, ex-West Ham, to come and talk to us during the house party. That might be 2:30 or 6 p.m. I'm going to be talking to him. So everyone, thank you for joining me, and Roddy, and Sky, and my wife, all saying goodbye to you. And be safe out there. Be very safe. And a big thank you to all the NHS and the care workers and all the key workers who are working out there. I'm saying goodbye. Bye. Thank you, Mike, for looking after us. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.